everyone, this is Samantha from Scrapmaster's Paradise, and it's time for my full scrap room reveal. I'm going to give you a kind of a sneak peek of the office because it is not done yet, but I'll let you guys see that too. But first I just want to give you like an overview of the room. So here I'm at where the door is. I'm just gonna pan around. You end up at that wall. I'm gonna scooch you in. Here's the rest of the room. There's Bob, and that is it. So there is the room. I'm going to walk you through step by step, starting here. Okay, so first you come to where my desk is, and I've got stuff stored all around where I sit. This table is actually a normal height table. I had a counter height dining table in here, but we swapped it with the dining room table downstairs. We just picked this dining room table up at JCPenney's. They were having some sort of 4th of July sale or something when we got it. This is the cart I got at IKEA, and it's not completely stocked full of stuff yet. Just scoot out a little bit and then walk you through all the different stuff. So I showed this in one of my organized videos. If you want more details on the things I skip over, like talking about this, I will have a link down below to all of my mini-series pieces so you guys can see everything in detail. So this is just my little box that I showed in my previous videos for my mini-series here. And then I've got my current Project Lifestyle kits. I currently subscribe to 2, so I've got just the pieces here from the most current kits that I received. In this box next to it, I have my corner chomper and my ink swatch book. I'd showed this quite a while back. Ink swatches, and then some stamps that I've been working with, some die cuts, just like tags and stuff, and then my 6x6 paper pads. So my 6x6 paper pads, they're either loose if they haven't been used yet, or I put them in these little plastic things. They're just plastic hang tag bags. I cut off the sticky part off the top, and then I can stick in all my little paper scraps in my little baggie, so all of that paper pad is together in that box. I also have my stamp scrubber. This is just a Stampin' Up! One, and this is an old one. They redid it. I don't know what it looks like now, but mine still works. Going down onto the second level, I've got my ATG gun. I've got a little drawer system, but there's nothing in it yet. It's just there because it fit there. And then here is some of my newer little embellishments and such. I've got some stickles. I've got some stuff to make gifts, like gift cards and pencils. So I can make little 3D items and gifts out of that. And on the bottom shelf, there is nothing but a few pieces of scrap paper. I'm holding on to some of my scrap papers. When I said I get rid of my pattern paper scraps, people freaked out, so I thought I would start saving them down on that bottom shelf and then just give them away. Moving on, there are my ink pad organizers I showed before, and I've got a little box from IKEA here, and it just has my recycle paper in it, so any scraps I have go in this box, and then it goes into the recycle bin. Along the wall, I've got my 8.5 by 11 cardstock, my cut up cardstocks, and then my tinier cardstocks in that little box there. And I've got some random collection kits that I've been working with, and some Project Life page protectors, and that tealy colored thing is my Martha Stewart scoreboard. And then I've got lots of embellishments and stuff along this wall. There's my Big Shot. I showed this in previous videos. And the only things I really changed were I added those. Those are those divider things from Project Life. And then Project Life hanging bags of protectors. And I added a brayer. Got that. And then, oh, the last thing I added were those rolls of washi tape. So that's about pretty much the same. I moved over those wire racks. I'll show you when we go to that side. So this is what I used for my filming here. It's just a light stand, and I attached my camera to it with a clamp. And this thing actually spins out so I don't have to have it in the middle of the room. I'll show you. So when I'm not using it, I just swing it out to the side like that. I love that it rotates. And now you can see all of those ribbon holder things. They're just all there. I don't have much ribbon as it is right now. Here is where I sit. I just have a cheapo IKEA chair, and I plan on getting a rolly chair for right here eventually. I've been working on some Project Life. There's my Cameo. And then I have my paper trimmer here, and this is just some paper I've been working on with my Project Life. And then underneath the table, I have this rolly cart. I picked this up when we were staying in that hotel room before we bought our house. In this first drawer, I just keep all my adhesive, some random stuff, my journaling pens, a white gel pen. This is all just cleaner spray to clean stamps, and this one's just filled with water. I've got some glue dots, some tape runner refills for my AdTech tape runners, and one of my most used inks. This is just a Blackbird fluid chalk ink from Colorbox. And I've got some tweezers in there, bone folder, that type of thing. So that's just all my like go-to supply type of things. I'm scooting the chair out so I can sit down and show you guys this. And here I have all my SP buttons. I've got a tin of each color, and then I've got some that are just mixed up. When I've gotten some colors out, I didn't want to put them all back in the right colored boxes, so they go in here and they can stack 2 deep in this drawer. This next one, I've got all of my fluid chalk inks and some of my Memento little inks. Next one, I have lots of miscellaneous embellishment flair. This is all SP style flair. They're really cute. Got some little clips I picked up. I think I picked these up at Michael's or Joann's. I've got some ribbon scraps that don't fit on the rolls anymore. And there's some little things in here too, like this little flower I had picked up. And that is pretty much it. Just random embellishment. And then this one is still kind of a work in progress. I've got some cards here that I've been working on for like upcoming classes. And I've got some crystal effects, which is like glossy accents or glossy glaze. Another stamp cleaner. I've got some chapstick in here. This is called Badger chapstick. It's just vanilla. It's one of those like hippie, all natural type of things, so I keep that close by. I've got some ink daubers and some ink applicator refill pieces. And this one's empty. I think this one used to have twine in it. So I've just got this box here. This had Amy's black bean burritos in it. They had them on sale one time, and I just filled up the box so I could keep the box. So that's just in there, keeping everything divided out. So that is everything directly in my reach for my desk. I'll move you to the other side of the table. On the ground I have my little light box type of thing. This is where I photograph my cards, and I also do my airbrushing. So I've got these like scrap 12 by 12s here to cover up this whole area when I'm airbrushing, because I don't want to ink up where I take my pictures. Then I've got my Copics in the green bin there. There's Big Shot accessories and cutting pads and embossing folders. I've got some of my pigment inks in there and the extra hooks for the slat wall. There's glitter in the box below, and there's just random swatches and stuff in these too. Next I have some of my American Crafts Becky Higgins Project Life D-Ring albums. So I've labeled that one 2014. I usually use about an album and a half, but since I'm doing Project Life, I anticipate I'm probably going to have 2 full albums this year. And I just picked up 2 other ones I liked, maybe for next year, and some Project Life page protectors. So for now, what I've done is I just put my core kits, these are Project Life core kits, and I put them just in a pile here. I do intend to put those in those pink chevron boxes I had talked about doing, but I just haven't done it yet. I haven't been back to Target to buy more boxes. I don't have the boxes to move them yet. So here I have more of my pigment inks, and this is an air compressor for airbrushing with Copics, and then I have my binder all back in that corner. Here I've got some random 12 by 12 papers. These were in stock in the store, but I just randomly have them now. And I've got this little cute pin. My husband had picked this up for me for a Valentine's Day kind of gift, and I've kept it. It's just a pin, but I always just have it somewhere sitting in my room because I like pink and It was a gift. I think he's really funny looking. So I just have him poking out in there randomly. And let's go back up. Talk more about the wall stuff. So right here I have some of the most popular SP stamps. I'll walk you through which ones these are, because I know I'll get asked. So up at the top I've got Sunshine Emma Happy Banners, and then I've got Genuine Article Bold Sentiments 1, number 2, and number 3, and then Ultimate Sentiments number 1 and number 2. So I just keep those at reach really easily because those are just some of the most popular stamps and I don't have to dig through any boxes to get to those. So it's just easier for me to do it like that. And then all of my paper I've already showed in a previous episode, so in a previous video, so you can check that out in the links below. And moving on to the other wall, I have 2 more of the IKEA shelves here, and there's Bob hopping around. I've just got some of the SP buttons in these. I think I've got some of the Seafoam Mist in those 2. Then I got the Ocean Waves, and then I got Aqua Sea Glass in the last one there. I just think they're really pretty with the aqua against the pink. I'm kind of doing like a pink and teal type of thing. And there's Bobbers going crazy now. Hey, buddy! It's going to start singing for us really loud. Alright, since they don't quite match up, I can still reach in here. I've got some albums and books and some scrapbook sketches and all sorts of things in there that are books. I've got some extra of these little magazine files that I made. I just kept the extras. I didn't want to have to remake them if I needed more. I've got lots of random 12 by 12s in there. So this one has cards in it. It's just cards that I've made since I've been here. I'll probably end up filling this up eventually. This one's empty. In here I've got my camera supplies. I've got chargers, a little tiny tripod, and my camera's in here. This just is miscellaneous stuff, so I've got like bottle caps and personalized stamps and things like that in there. And this one is Copic journal paper. What I did was, anytime I have scraps, I just stick them in here. This is just my Copic paper, and then I can color them. And also, like, if I'm doing stamping, so here's an image. I had stamped a bunch, cut out the ones I wanted, and then I was left with the scrap. So I just turn that over, and I'll use that for something else. I also have a bunch of stamped images that are from other companies, and I haven't had any motivation to use those ones lately, but they're still in here in case I want to use them at some point. So it's just filled with paper scraps for my Copic journal. I've got my Copic journal right here. It's just a little notepad, and it's not made out of Copic paper. It's just something I picked up at like Michael's or Books A Million or something. So I've got color combos here. I just glue in the little swatches that I end up liking when I'm kind of doodling around. It's not very full. I haven't used it very much. And then the last one is keepsakes. So it's cards that people have sent me, or wedding invites and people's addresses, that type of things in there. So next little section here, I've got those pink chevron containers. I've only got 3, and I plan on getting 6 more to fill up this square at some point with Project Life stuff. That box below is empty. Here I've got more glitter and embossing stuff, all my planner pages and clips and tabs and some other extra notebooks in there. This one down below is empty. Next I've got flare pieces in that top white one. The pink one's empty, and that pink one right there is bird supply, so his treats, his extra perches, extra toys for his cage, that type of thing down there, and like magazines, so I can cover the bottom of his cage with magazine paper. And moving on, I've got bubble wrap in that one for packing orders, and then that one's got some bubble wrap in it as well. And then these 2 boxes are just empty right now. I don't know what I'm going to put in those. So I wanted to show you guys Bobber. People always ask me what that bird is and all that stuff. So there's Bob. He needs a cleaner cage. Hey, buddy. He'll sit there and beep back at me if I talk to him. I just leave his blanket sitting right there. He's in this little cage where he can see the window, but he also has some of his cage that's not directly at the window. And he likes to sleep. Hey, buddy. Hey, buddy. Hi, Bobbers. So he'll just talk back and forth with me pretty much as long as I talk to him. So anytime I'm in here talking on camera, he starts talking. Hi, buddy. But he needs his cage cleaned. So he's great to have in here. I love having him because when I play music, he'll start singing and it's really fun. But he makes a huge mess. I had to clean all of this whole area. I had to wipe down because he'll drop seeds like in those cracks and stuff. And I don't yet have like a canister vacuum. We just have one without an edger. So I'll show you what he does since he's in this window. There's the windowsill. He makes a mess back there. I've got to go back here and clean this. And we have to get a canister vacuum so we can clean that a little bit better. But he just makes a mess. Pretty much anywhere he can throw seeds, he will throw seeds. But I still love having him in here, and it's worth the mess to me to have him singing along with songs with me. Alright, so moving on. There's nothing on this wall or anything. It's just pink. And then I've got this CD case. This is just a little media tower. And I've got pictures, and then I've got SP die tools. That's all just SP die tools. And then on the little wall next to my office, there you go. You can see there's the front. There's the door to my room, there's the office, and that's your sneak peek. It's just the closet, and it's huge. So I made it into my office, and I will do a full organized office space. When I get it all done, it still needs some work. But this wall has some IKEA racks. I'll talk about them on the blog post down below, so you guys can check them out. People always ask me, these racks are from IKEA, and they were like $5 or $6. And they hold my SP storage binders just so perfectly up there. I'm going to try to move you guys closer. You guys can see they're all labeled on the binding except the ones that are empty. And the pink ones are empty right now. I never reorganized and added some pink ones in. But you can see they're all organized by themes. And so they just go up, and 4 can fit in a thing with one of those DVD style cases, so I keep like my longer backgrounds and stuff in those boxes. But that is it. I love having my stamps and stuff organized. So these have my stamps and dies in them. Oh, like, let's see. I like my Build-A-Banner stamp sets. It's got my Build-A-Banner. This is Tiny Build-A-Banner. Pretty pennants, and then right behind the pretty pennants are the pennants dies, so I can keep the magnetic sheets and the page protectors all in the same binders, and I can keep my dies and my stamps together. So they just go. This one's labeled Build-A-Banner and pennants. So that's just how I have my whole system done. I keep my dies next to my stamps, and it makes it super easy for grabbing whatever I need. So guys, that is my whole room. I hope you guys enjoyed the full tour. I'm still kind of working on pieces here and there. If you have any questions at all, just leave me a comment below this video or on the blog post, and I'll try to answer them the best that I can. I want to show you one other thing because not everything fits in this room. I'm going to show you my one overflow section in the other room. Okay, so I've got that hutch. This hutch used to be in my scrapbook room. I've got it in our spare room here. It's just in here, and there's a closet, the window with my hole punches, and then like a ton of dog beds. These are all our older dog beds and blankets. I've just stuck them in here for now because we got new ones at Christmas for the dogs that go downstairs. And that tealy colored one, after I wash it, is going to go back in my scrapbook room. So I just have this in here. And right now it's just full of some supplies. Walk you through a little bit better. So the top, I've got 2 boxes of photos, and one of the boxes is now empty. Next shelf, I've got some more D-ring albums here that haven't been labeled. They've got some scrapbook layouts, and then they're just holding some page protectors too. So I've got to sort through those 2 binders. These are little 6x6 binders. I haven't used them yet, but I plan on using them for something tape runners, and then a stamp inventory binder that I used to use, but I haven't really kept up with it lately. I've got some Bind It All O wires, dye ink, re-inkers, many little books, and some of this is wood grain cardstock, my Krylon for resticking my Cricut and my Silhouette mat. Down below I'll have a link to that on the blog post, and then some clear snap supplies and stuff that are for sale in the store. And down here I have all of my D-ring albums that have been filled up. I label them by year. I needed about 1.5 albums per year, so some of them are labeled with the same year. So like these two are both labeled 2010. Well, the second 2010 is half 2010, half 2011. And so the next binder I labeled 2011 because it's all 2011. So that's how it's been working, and I've got all these up here. And then the bottom is just full of binders and magnetic pages, so I'm not going to open that one. But that's just all my scrapbook room overflow.